Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be talking about how I came out, and I briefly mentioned it in my last video, but I didn't really go too into depth. I really wanted to save it for a topic of its own. I came out when I was 16, so I was a soon-to-be junior in high school when I came out. And my friend, the one I mentioned in the other video, she had known for a couple of years even before that, maybe like a year and a half. But it was really coming out to people and to my family that kind of bugged me. Like I said in the last video, I come from a pretty religious area, and there's not a lot of gay people, or I didn't think there was a lot of gay people, but now that I'm out, I can definitely see that there's a lot more than I ever thought. I told my mom and sat her down. I had like this whole letter written out, trying to explain it, and I knew she would want examples because she wouldn't really believe me. And a lot of stuff happened where people were asking my mom, like, is your daughter gay? And it really forced me to kind of come out of the closet because I didn't want to keep lying to her. So eventually I just told her that the rumors were true, and she was really upset, and I don't know, it was not the reaction that I wanted. I would have much rather been like, oh yeah, sure, that's cool. That's how my dad's side of the family was. Nobody really was bothered by anything like that. So that was really nice for me to have a safe haven to go to when my mom was being crazy. And after that year, it's not like I had a girlfriend or anything, so it was never like I was like, oh yeah, girls. No, I was just, I just needed to tell her, I needed to be honest. And so then junior year, I started slowly changing and wearing boy shirts, but I still wore tight pants. I really based my style off of what I saw on Tumblr and YouTube, and I was tomboyish when I was a kid, and then I got girly trying to fit in and not have anybody think I was different or weird, and I hung out with popular people, so that was really tough because you had to shop at all the name brand stores and wear all the girly, frilly, flowery things. And after a while I just got so used to trying so hard to fit in that it was like I completely overrided my brain with that shit, and it caused a lot of depression. So junior year, I had lost most of those friends anyways, just moving apart, no big fallouts, and I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. And end of junior year, I popped the fuck out in boy shorts and a cut off tank top, and I still have long hair, but that didn't really bother me then. I didn't like it, but I was not going to cut it in high school. And so people didn't say anything. They actually didn't really seem surprised. It's kind of funny. I never had bullies, saying homophobic things. It was never anything like that. I'm sure people probably said it behind their backs, but I didn't hear it, so it was okay. And then senior year came around, and I really didn't give a fuck anymore. I was done trying to fit in. I was about to graduate, and I needed to live my life, and I needed to be happy. High school was not a good place for me. So senior year, all boy clothes, all everything. In the beginning of the year is when I really started to realize, wow, I'm not a lesbian. This is something way more than that. I always feel like a boy. How can I feel like a boy, but I'm gay? And that was really kind of tough for me to figure out and understand. And so basically I came out to my friend in the beginning of senior year, and so September. And I told her, like I said, and it was good. And I really, for a while after I told her everything, I was trying to be like, no, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm just gay, you know, but no, that was never, it can never be like that for me. And so I knew eventually I was going to need to tell people, because I really wanted to transition, towards the end of senior year. I was just ready and I was tired of it, and I just wanted to cut my hair so bad. My dysphoria was awful. It was awful, so I really just couldn't wait to get out of there. But then I was like, well, shit, if I cut my hair, the people who just think I'm a tomboy, they're gonna be like, oh no, she's gay, my family members and stuff. But at that point, I was like, no, fuck it. I'm not converting, into somebody that I'm not for other people. I'm not censoring myself for other people. I'm gonna live my life. I graduated high school. It's time for me to be who I'm supposed to be. So, cut my hair off. Gone, probably cut 20 plus inches. And it was the biggest weight was lifted off my shoulders, literally and physically, because it was really thick. But, I just I felt so good not having hair. I was like, shit, look at me. And I thought I was the shit for a couple days. I was so geeked. It was great. And it really helped my self-esteem. I mean, just a haircut. It was as simple as that for me. It was the one thing that was left that was still feminine, and other than my voice and my body parts. But I hated my hair. I needed to go. I wore it in a ponytail every single day. And oh, it felt so good. It felt so good to get it cut off. And now, I mean, it's never going to be long again. There's no fucking doubt about it. Not even a boy with long hair. And it was then that I realized, I really need to start thinking about telling people that I'm transgender. And that was a whole new world for me. I was scared, shitless, more scared than coming out as a lesbian. So I told my best friend's mom first, and we basically just sat down with her, and I was like, the Bruce Jenner thing, well, I'm like him, but the opposite. And it was so awkward, and I was shaking, and I thought I was gonna cry, because I'm always at my friend's house, always. And so I thought, oh my god, if I tell her this, is she not gonna let me come over as much, or not let us hang out? And that was scary, but she's a pretty accepting person. So I don't really know why I was scared. I think just because it was a whole new experience for me. And so when I told her, she was not even phased, didn't even blink an eye, just oh, okay. So, how soon do you want to transition? And I was like, well, fuck, that's pretty great. And then I knew I needed to tell my mom, and that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. And I knew she wouldn't understand. I knew she wouldn't want to understand, and it was going to be tough. And so I actually had my friend's mom come and sit down with me and act like she didn't know anything at all. So it was kind of I was coming out to both of them, and my mom reacted. She just cried and didn't really understand. And my friend's mom was just oh, okay, you gotta be who you are and stuff like that. So that was, it was good to have kind of a supporter there with me when I was telling my mom, because I was crying. I was a mess. It was really hard for me, just because I knew kind of how it was gonna go down, and that I probably wouldn't be accepted. And I felt my mom was gonna somehow try to stop my transitioning and keep me in the place of being a girl, but you can be gay. I've already accepted that, but no, I couldn't just be gay. This was my happiness was on the line. And so she knows now, and she's slowly kind of coming around. I really want you guys to know, you pre-tees out there, that even if you really think a situation is going to be bad and people aren't going to accept it and you're scared, because it's fucking scary, You know, you gotta do what you gotta do to be happy. And the people who don't accept you, they don't deserve to be in your life anyways. They're not good people if they're not gonna love you and accept you and support you no matter what. And sometimes it's really the people that you need the most who might not be there for you and be what you want them to be and be who you need them to be. But that's just a part of life. And it really does suck, but it does get better. It does get better. I thought even 2 months ago, it's gonna be years before I can transition, but it's already happening. 3 months later, I'm about to go see a therapist to get a letter to start taking T. You know, like, this is phenomenal. I'm pretty lucky, and I think that if you really, you know, you have to do what you have to do to be happy, to live the life you need to live. And nobody should stop you from doing that. Nobody's opinion should stop you from doing that. You just gotta trust your gut with something like this. If you think that somebody's better off not knowing right away, then do not tell them right away. You know, and if your parents, if you know they'll kick you out and they'll disown you and they'll cut you off, then you shouldn't tell them until you're old enough to live on your own and to pay for things on your own, because it's really not smart to come out before, you know, you're stable in your own life, if that's the case. You know, I'm here for you guys if you ever need to talk. Any one of you. I'll get back to everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, what your story is, if you've come out or not. You know, that doesn't matter to me. I just want to help you guys. It helps me by helping you. It really does. So, that's my story. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it.